Hi, it's Janelle and
Lydia.
with Parsnips and Parsimony. Today I'm actually making some holiday bread, and I made this last week, and you guys on Pinterest, Instagram, and Facebook all asked me, how did I do it? It was so beautiful looking. So I thought, you know what, it's so easy. You guys can do this. It is not hard. And I would make this quick video to show you guys how easy it is. So I already made my dough in here. You don't have to necessarily use this specific recipe, but I'm gonna go ahead and punch it down. This has been an hour in the bread machine. Super easy. If you guys have a bread machine, take advantage of it for the holidays because it's so easy. And we're gonna just go ahead and pull this out. Now I am making 2 smaller loaves because these are Christmas gifts for friends and family. So I'm gonna divide this lump of dough into 2 equal pieces. Okay, Lydia, you're gonna take one and I'm gonna take the other one. That feels about real scientific here. About half. And then we're just gonna sort of go ahead and deflate the dough. And yes, Mr. Daniel is in the background having a fun time in his little jolly jumper. Okay, make sure that's all one solid lump of dough, okay? About like that. And then I'm going to take my rolling pin here. Again, easy, guys. You guys can do this. It's so easy. And we're going to just roll this into a rectangle. Now, I'm not sure I can tell you the size because a full-size loaf should be about a 10 by 18 rectangle. This should be about half of that. It's like pizza dough. How's yours going, Lydia? I'm going to try to keep it in a rectangle. Okay. So what you do, Lydia, is just pull a little bit in one corner, straighten it out like that, and then roll it a little bit more, and you'll get that nice rectangular look like that. All right, so there's my rectangle right there, and you are almost there too. So what we'll do is we'll spin this around a little bit, stretch out the corners to make it rectangle, and then roll it out a little bit more. Make sure it's even on both sides so it's nice and flat. That'll make sure we don't have like really doughy ends. We don't want doughy ends. We want the cinnamon and the sugar evenly distributed throughout the whole loaf. So what I've done is I've taken 6 tablespoons of white sugar. Now, if you'd like to use brown sugar or you want to do a mix, perfectly fine. It'll change the texture and the taste a little bit. No biggie. Oftentimes I've made cinnamon bread with brown sugar. Today I'm just using white sugar. And to that, I'm going to add a tablespoon of cinnamon. I like mine really cinnamony, if that's even a word. If you don't like as much cinnamon, you can go ahead and cut that back to 1.5 teaspoons. We're just gonna go ahead and mix that up, Lydia. Oh, that looks really good. Good job with that. I'll take your rolling pin. Okay, you stir that. And then this is just some softened butter, about 4 tablespoons, so about 1/2 stick. And just take a pastry brush and brush it everywhere with the melted butter. Remember, we're cutting everything in half because we have 2 of these mini loaves. If you're doing 1 solid loaf, you just use this full amount on your bread. This is not hard. Anyone can do this. Not hard at all. So don't be intimidated. Just give it a shot. This is a lot of fun, isn't it, Lydia? Okay, so this is all nicely brushed with butter. Now it's your turn. Go ahead and brush yours. And then I'm going to take about half of this. So that's going to be about 3 tablespoons approximately. And we're going to just sprinkle this all over the dough. That's 1, 2, and 1 more. Woo, that's a lot of sugar in there. This is going to taste good, isn't it? This is perfect for Christmas morning. You can make it the day before and have it all set. My kids love this toasted in the morning. And then I just like to take my hand and spread this around a little bit. And you're gonna see that butter is gonna just kind of soak through it, and it's just gonna make this absolutely wonderful. How's it going there, kiddo? And you know what, Lydia, if you don't use all the butter, that's fine. Yeah. We can use that to brush the top. Just a little bit here around the edges. Yeah,
Oopsie.
Good job. All right, so while she's working on that, I'm going to show you how to do this loaf here. We are going to take your dough and gently lift it up, and we're going to roll this in on itself. This is how we're gonna make those yummy, 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 yummy swirls, okay? You don't want this too loose because then you'll have like these big gaps in your dough. Again, it's not hard. It might take a few times to try this to really get the feel for it. I've been doing this a long time. I watched my mom when I was a kid. She used to always make cinnamon rolls. So just go ahead and roll this right up like that. It's not hard. Any of you guys can do this. All right, roll that right up to the end there. And just sort of give it a little push here, like that, to get that seam to stick down a little bit, if you guys can see that. And then this end here, you can see, I don't know if you guys can see it that well on the camera, you're just gonna pull that dough out so it's nice and level all the way around, so it's a nice straight end there. This one needs to get pulled out, and that's only because it's very hard to create a perfect rectangle, so just do the best. Do not let your perfectionism get the best of you. I say that to myself because I'm a huge perfectionist when it comes to cooking like this. I think everything has to be perfect, but it's dough, it's so flexible, don't get hung up on that. All right, so this is all nicely rolled up. I'm gonna turn it lengthwise like that, if you guys can see that. This is where you want a really, really sharp knife. Now this is the sharpest knife that I have, so this is the one I'm going to be using. I'm gonna angle this a little bit better for me. Good job, Lydia. Can you carefully roll it up now? Okay, nice and tight swirls. Just like that. Nice and slow, we're not in a hurry. Make sure it's nice and tight. There you go. All right, so I'm gonna take my knife, and almost at the very top, I'm going to divide this dough into half. This is really important to have a sharp knife for this. I just sharpened this one because I wanted to make sure it was nice and sharp. And sometimes the dough gets a little funny on the inside, and that's okay. So you're gonna watch what I'm gonna do with this. Yep, always roll it towards the end like this. Okay, here we go. Like that. And then Lydia, just take it and just kind of go rocking back and forth so it sticks, okay? So here I've cut this dough in half. Looks a little funny, all is good, no worries. We're gonna take our two halves. Again, don't be intimidated, this is not that hard. See, we've divided this into two pieces, and we're going to twist this, okay? Open it up, twist it, like that, and then we're just going to like do this really simple braid. It's not even a braid, it's just a twist, okay? That's gonna open this up, looking absolutely beautiful when this cooks. There's our little loaf. If you want to pinch the ends in a little bit so it stays nice and tight. And there, we have one all set. We're gonna put this on our prepared baking pan. How you doing? Okay, it's fine, you're good. Like Mommy said, you can't be afraid of it, right? Okay, like that. Now, just like Mommy did, keeping a little bit at the top, go ahead and cut this down. And what you're gonna wanna do is put the knife back and forth a little bit, all the way down. And you might have to do it twice. Yeah, start like right about there, okay? Yeah. And you can't really drag it, it's really an up and down type of motion. There you go. Right down the center of the loaf. And we might have to go back and do it a second time. Always being careful where your knife is and watching your fingers, right? We don't want to lose any fingers before Christmas. Nice work, all the way down. Good job. Okay, let's see if we went all the way through. So see, we didn't quite cut all the way through, so we're gonna go through it one more time. Just like that. See that seesaw motion? Watching my hands. Okay. Yep. Pull it apart in half. Ooh, look at all that wonderful cinnamon. That can taste good. I'm gonna cut this a little bit more. It's okay. It's all good. And then give it a little bit of a twist, right?
And then twist it back.
And then just like you were braiding your hair, I'm gonna cut this a little bit here. Okay, go ahead and one under the other. Yep, a little bit tighter. There you go. Do it again. Yep, just like that. And then on the ends, we'll just give it a little pinch. Oh, isn't that pretty? How easy was that, guys? All right, I'm gonna get my prepared baking pan. I'm gonna lightly grease it and we're gonna put these on it. I'll be right back.
Do you want me to grease it?
All right, so here's a little trick that I learned a long time ago. When you're greasing your pan, you can use a commercially prepared baking spray. I do that very often. But this particular butter wrapper that I used for this has some leftover butter on it. So I'm gonna have Lydia here grease the entire bottom of this. Let me move your loaf out of the way. There we go. Go ahead and grease that really good. Just move it all over the place. And this is, you're making sure you're using every bit of butter that you paid for, but it also keeps it from getting that sticky goo along the edges from when you use that commercial spray. All over, kiddo. The other thing is you could have, if we had extra butter, which in this case we did, we could always use this as well to butter the bottom of the pan. So this is all buttered and prepared. We'll go ahead and put these on. Just like that. I think yours looks better than mine. We're gonna go ahead and cover this and let it rise for an hour, and then I'll be back to show you how to cook this. And if you'd like to see the exact recipe that I am using, I'll go ahead and put that link in the description below. If you aren't following me on Pinterest, I have lots and lots and lots of food boards. That's where this recipe came from, and it was inspiring to me, and I hope it inspires all of you. It's been 45 minutes, and this has definitely doubled. So we're gonna go ahead and bake this at 350 degrees for about 18 to 20 minutes until it's golden brown.
Yummy, that looks very good. Here's the oven.
Oh, it looks like it's done. Look how beautiful that looks. Now I'm just going to take a little bit of that butter that we had left over and just melt that right over the hot bread. It tastes so wonderful. And I know whoever's going to be receiving this is going to love it. So you saw how easy and how wonderful the bread is to make. These are really two nice sized loaves. I'm just gonna let them cool. I will wrap them up in foil with a Christmas card and a bow and give these as gifts. I hope this has inspired you to try this. It's not hard at all. You guys saw that even Lydia could do it. Have fun, make some wonderful gifts for people this holiday season. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you for our next video. Bye!